Hello everyone, it's June 20, oh no wait, we're actually past June, so we're approaching July, and it's like 2020, so yeah, interesting stuff. Because of what's going on in the world, sometimes you are forced to be with yourself, especially during these times, and you are basically hyper alert and you're thinking to yourself. And sometimes you're thinking a lot about yourself and you're thinking about what's going on. And so I thought to myself, it's the perfect time to come clean. Yep, to come clean. And the reason why I thought that it is the perfect time to come clean is because as a result from staying alone and being alone with yourself and you're alone with your thoughts, that you probably need to have a safe space where you can just dismantle everything and you can just take everything out and literally come clean with all that is going on inside your head. So here we have it. I shall start coming clean in a series of videos. So if you are interested in watching, definitely hit the subscribe button. And here we go. Oh, and before I come clean with myself, let me also come clean with this look and say, when will barbers open? It's been quite a long journey, I know. I mean, to those who don't know, I am staying in Oman and we still haven't had barbers. Barbers are still not open, obviously. Let's start with coming clean. And at this point, it's basically a story that I would like to share with you all, and it goes like this. 2 years ago, I have went into a relationship. Fast forward, after those 2 years, it ended. Yeah, anticlimactic, I know. But after it ended, I was able to self-reflect and see that this relationship was a horrible relationship and it was narcissistic altogether. The other person was the narcissistic person. And I have went through all of the textbook stuff that anyone would go with a narcissist. Let's see, gaslighting. The many times I was gaslighted. I remember I also had feelings being minimized or invalidated, lack of empathy, what else? The whole 9 yards. Everything that is related to like narcissism happened in this relationship. Boom, after 2 years it ended. Now, I thought to myself after those 2 years that I would possibly get the chance to be with myself and probably get some healing. Yeah, that didn't happen. I don't know why. Because this is what happened. Wow. I kind of answer myself sometimes. What happened was that after that unfortunate relationship happened, another relationship came about, but it didn't come about with the fast intensity of the previous relationship. It came in sort of intervals, so to speak. It was slow. The relationship that formed, let's call that relationship number 2. Or better yet, in order to make things logical, let's name them as relationship 1, 2, 3. Relationship 1 was the relationship with the narcissist. Relationship 2 is right now the relationship that I'm going to explain, and then there was relationship number 3. Now, relationship number 2 was with a person who I was okay with. Nothing much was happening. Literally nothing much was happening until there was a point where we wanted to take things to this next level. And yeah, things were taken to the next level. Things started being serious at the next level. And the next thing you know, I am friend zoned. Well, that happens. And then relationship number 3 happened. Well, look, here's the thing. It wasn't exactly a relationship, it was just an encounter. But it was an interesting encounter because it made me realize a lot of things. Now, to sum it all up, relationship 1, relationship 2, relationship 3. All of these stuff that happened, yeah, I call them stuff. All these relationships that I have encountered made me realize one true lesson, which is the key takeaway to this video today, to this Coming Clean video. Is that we lose our identity and we lose ourselves in life. How can that happen, you might ask? Through these relationships. I had to sit and realize that I have lost a part of who I am and a part of my identity and a part of my self when relationship 1 happened. When relationship 1 happened, I realized that I wasn't true to myself. I wasn't honoring the feelings that I had. I wasn't honoring that gut instinct inside me that is telling me a lot of things, and it's basically the way my body was telling me to just do something about whatever I'm going through. The same thing continues on to relationship 2 as well, where there is something that is happening, clearly happening right in front of my eyes. But for some odd reason, yeah, right, I wasn't exactly paying attention to it. Nor was I honoring myself, nor was I honoring the true inner instinct voice that is telling me to just do something about whatever I need to do. And then came relationship number 3, which was basically the catalyst of all of this stuff, which was basically to never lose the identity of yourself. To never lose the identity of yourself. To never lose your identity. You always bring out something that you know will make other people happy, but then you don't honor yourself in that own happiness that you give to other people. You owe yourself that happiness. Remember, you owe yourself that happiness because it's just as important to you as it is important to the other people that you bestow and give it to them. And in doing so, that is what makes you lose a part of your identity and part of yourself. Okay, so I needed to intervene here for a tiny bit and try and explain that it's not necessarily about the happiness part. It's more towards who you are as a person and what do you accept for yourself from this relationship, which usually is the point that gets forgotten and sometimes not necessarily taken into consideration. And that is the particular part that you always lose whenever you are going into a relationship. You might lose a sense of who you are as a person, what you will take and what you'll not take, what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept, all that kind of stuff. And then, yes, happiness comes later on. You are entitled to that happiness that you give to others, just as much as you are giving to the other. Gosh, that's a lot. So here's the key takeaway, kids. Never lose your identity. Never lose yourself. If you already think highly of yourself and you think that you are deserving to certain things, then you work to own what you want rather than like, you know, settle for what you think you want. I hope that actually makes sense. But yeah, that is how it is. If something is not right, then it is not right. If it conflicts internally with you and your mind and your soul is telling you to basically just do something about it, or it just, there's something weird inside you that just